by De Vries. So De Vries goes over Klashov. Panitska at the moment, for me, where has this rider been for the first 2 rounds of the season? Because my goodness me, Aalen Panitska is leading this in some style now. De Vries up into second place, and I think Colleen Klashov now starting to having to fight to get back into position, but got to build momentum. It can be done, but you've got to balance risk versus reward, getting the power down, carrying as much momentum, carrying the speed, but not losing grip on the changing surfaces from the ramps, through the cobbles, through the asphalt, all the way round over the different types of angle and the different type of surface, as well as the different campers, and of course, because we're in the middle of town, all of those grades, and that is going to be key. Now, Migdam distanced off the back, having to push, on the way through. Borrelli has gone, because you're just struggling at the moment, as front 2 are going to go through very comfortably indeed. So as they go through, you can see the handshakes come. De Vries goes through with Panitska. De Vries just taking that, and Klashov just being distanced. Would like to see whether there's anything wrong with the bike there.
Well, yeah, it could well be a mechanical, Matt, or could well be conserving energy, because she'll be going through to the small final and she'll want to win it.
She went off slightly to the right, so instead of diving around that turn, very quickly went off to the side there. So may well be there's an issue with the bike. The mechanics, the team crew is going to be there trying to sort that as fast as possible. So that's very interesting. First riders in and through.
Well, from France in the second semi-final, it's Borrelli, Huber from Germany, Fromberger from Germany, and Sukapolova from Ukraine. All the 4 riders are out of the pen.
So here we go, big push, series leader in the white jersey with the red bands on there, gets the elbows out, big style from Fromberger there, pushes Sukapolova into second wheel at the moment, and Borrelli at the moment, and Huber have work to do. So the series leader and the very front from Fromberger, the push is on. They need to keep on moving here, they need to keep extending that lead if they want to stay clear, keeping out of trouble, key at this stage, get a smooth run through, save energy for those main or minor finals. It is a consideration, but only if you are going to be through, or the die is cast and you cannot make a move. I think at the moment we are seeing a little bit of an edge back there from the 4th place rider, but at the front here, it's very interesting now. Move to the side, really smart riding. Don't just take the main line. Anything happens on the race leader, if you're in second place on that descent, if you're on the B line, you can go around. And Sukapolova noticing that, making sure she went around the side. Fromberger takes the outer line. Sukapolova took the B line. They come over the line, 0.22 of a second separating them. And at the moment, it looks like Lena Huber, the rider currently in 3rd place, is close right up on the back wheel here. It is 1.14 of a second as they came through on the line. It's not that anymore, it's more like 0.14 as they go over the double here. Now, what can Huber do? Has she saved something special towards the end onto the stage? They come on together, they're going to leave together here. And at the moment, the world champion is leaving this late. She's going to go through. She is leading the chase for 2nd and 3rd place, but she's pushed into 3rd. Big elbows out. Huber puts a move in. I'm on my way through. Out the way, sunshine. And that was a superb move. Dives in. Now, can she hold it? We've seen Sukapolova go for the B-line. Can she afford to do so? She can't. She's got to rely on momentum and a mistake in front, but the gap has gone, and I think our world champion now starts to put the power down. Is it too little, too late? It's going to come down to the line. Huber can't relax. Now look over the shoulder by the series leader Fromberger. She goes through in 1. And it's going to be Lena Huber who goes through in 2nd position. 2 Germans through in the 2nd of our semi-finals. The world champion out by 0.26 of a second.
Well, a home crowd lifts a rider, and Lena Huber from Germany qualifying with Marion Fromberger. So the 2 German riders through ahead of the new world champion Sukapolova. Oh, anything can happen with XCE. There we go. So Didi De Vries and Adela Panitska go through from the first heat. Fromberger and Huber go through from the second. Migdam, Klashov, Sukapolova and Borley will battle it out in the small final for places 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th today. Well, the women's semi-finals now complete. We turn to the men's semi-finals. Heat number 1, Jerome Van Eck, Simon Gegenheimer, Eddie Molnar and Matic Zagar. That is going to be one battle. Ceres, Hampano, Klemenchek and Kraus. That's another battle for the second semi-final. Down there in the start, it's Zagar in 1, Gegenheimer in 2, Van Eck in 3 and Molnar in 4.
So Van Eck, who relies a lot on that big power, that big move, but I tell you something, Simon Gegenheimer has been getting this right. Home crowds lifting riders. Gegenheimer starts just as fast as Van Eck there as they came in through. They hit the line. There was only 0.19 from 1st to 4th as they went over that start-finish line as it kicked off from that start. Really interesting to see that Gegenheimer starts back to his best once again. Molnar, Van Eck and Zagar all with work to do as they come through, but look at this. You can see very quickly Molnar moves up into first place, gone around the side of Gegenheimer. Gegenheimer now in the danger zone. Van Eck in 3rd position here. They're going to take the narrow streets, this little alleyway that connects the big features here. They come down the side and in to the big Karaski jump. This is a big double jump, but the riders preferring the right-hand side. More speed, more pace, more power, straighter line into the finishing line. They're going to go over at the end of 1, and Gegenheimer pushes to the front. Massive dive underneath from Van Eck in 2. Then it's going to be Molnar, who's been deposited back down into 3, and we've got Zagar waiting to bounce. Remember what he did in that earlier round? Zagar waited, and then made his move and came through. Can Zagar do it this time around? Now he starts to push. Zagar moves up onto Molnar's inside. They're going to go into the right-hand turn and onto that stage. Will he have got through? We're going to see them just appearing up onto the stage, and as they come up and over, Zagar has got into 3rd place. Next rider in his sights is going to be Gegenheimer in the black, or will it be Van Eck? Because they are side by side, and this time round Gegenheimer goes through. So Van Eck now into 2nd place, right on his heels. So Zagar moving up through. Molnar at the moment deposited down into 4th place. So Gegenheimer's going to lead this out. Then it's Van Eck, then it's Zagar, then it's going to be Molnar. Can Molnar come back through? It's over for Molnar. Can Zagar get there? Zagar's not going to make it. It's going to be Van Eck and Gegenheimer going through, the 2 riders who have rainbow bands on their jerseys as former world champions, taking that in style.
Well, they put everything down on that heat, and it was Gegenheimer and Van Eck who come out on top. Zagar, the bronze medalist at the World Championships, going through to the small final with Eddie Molnar. Molnar, well, he has had some phenomenal performances before. As you know, it's the first time this year he will not make the main final. He finished 4th in round 1, 4th in round 2. He's not going to finish 4th today, but he will contend 5th place. Kraus from Germany, Klemenchek from Slovenia, Ceres from France, and Hampano from France are the 4 riders in this semi-final.
Big kick-off from the line here. Klemenchek wants to get into the finals. He wants those points. The riders behind, well, Edward Lind, the rider in 2nd place in the series overall, eliminated in the previous stage of this competition. Can't get through to this, so it's a chance to extend that lead. And at the moment, all 4 riders together. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination. You see the applause from the crowd as they come diving down in towards the stage on lap number 1. 2 laps, remember to count. Little bit of a gap starting to open between 2nd and 3rd place, and the series leader at the moment really needs to squeeze on here. So does Kraus. Kraus at the moment in 4th place. Klemenchek in 3rd. It's Hampio in 2nd, but leading it out at the moment is Ceres. And at the moment, the 2 riders at the front are the 2 freshmen. They need to keep this gap, and they need to keep pushing. Now, coming through, taking some of the draft. It's easy if you can hide behind. I'll tell you something, your series leader has done all of that. He's going to carry the pace. It's not enough to take him through that time round, but he's going to put the pressure on Hampio in 2nd place in that bright yellow-green jersey at the moment. Ceres at the front should be okay, but that's only should, not definitely will be, because the series leader is not the series leader for nothing. He's had to fight all the way through the season so far. He's fighting here on round number 3. Can the series leader Klemenchik do something special coming down off this stage? He's got to get some drive. He's got to find some momentum somewhere. You can see him just freewheeling there. Now he's going to go over the top. Can he dive on the inside? There's nothing left. There is defensive riding going down here from Hampio, just weaving across the track slightly there. It's allowed in Ceres to go clear. Ceres has opened the gap. Hampio now starts to go. He knows he's got Klemenchik behind him. Is that going to cause a mistake? Oh, little bit of a back wheel skip there from the series leader. He's coming on the left-hand side. He's going to push. There's nowhere for him to go. Is it enough? Was there enough room? Surely that's going to be a photo finish. We see Ceres go through. Klemenchik is going to be given that subject to verification. Hampio, well, I don't think there's any oxygen left in those lungs at the end of that race.
I'll tell you, the young French rider, Kylian Hampio, welcome to XCE. He's joined this year. Oh, and I'll tell you something, he races with his heart, that young man. Absolutely fabulous, but it is Jakub Klemenchik who goes through on the line by 0.02 of a second. So Gegenheimer and Van Eck versus Ceres and Klemenchik. That will be your major final today for first 3 to 4th. Zagar, Molnar, Hampio and Kraus will battle it out for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Well, the women's finals are going to be up first. Well, the women's small final is going to be up first today. Sukapolova, Migdam and Borrelli will battle for 5th through to 8th. In the men, Hampio, Kraus, Molnar and Zagar. Then the major finals where Panitska, Fromberger, De Vries and Hooper go up in that race. In the men, it's going to be Ceres from Van Eck, Klemenchik and Gebenheimer. But it's the women's small final first. Fazura in 1, Migdam in 2, Sukapolova in 3 and Borrelli in 4.
Sukapolova surely with a point to prove. The world champion, third from the left there. The number 3 plate with the third fastest time comes off down the straight in 4th place, puts a foot out of the pedal there, has to clip back in as well. That's another mistake on the way through. It's a learning process. She's really new to racing in XCE. She changed the season round for the world championships. It's coming good, but now she needs to move up, and it has opened up the gap on the front. So 2 French women, Borrelli and Clojure in here. Remember, this is the race for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th position.
And what I love is the fact that the courses are so different. In Turkey for those World Championships, it was more of a mountain biker's course. Today, right in the heart of the city, bringing mountain bike to places where you wouldn't normally see it.
And that's the great thing about mountain biking. Like I'm sure everybody watching, if you ride a mountain bike, absolutely love riding the mountain bike. And it's very hard to bring crowds like this to a mountain. Well, if you can't move the mountain, well, let's move the bike race instead, because that's exactly what we're getting. A great way to showcase mountain biking, and of course to engage riders with getting out on the bikes and maybe trying lots of different types of racing, wherever that's going to be. The mountain bike eliminator, very fast, very quick as they come in over the line at the end of lap 1. Clojure from Borrelli, from Sukapolova, from Migdam. Migdam at the back with the blue jersey. Then you've got Sukapolova with those rainbow bands on as a world champion at the moment. Clojure and Borrelli are 2 riders going through, and at the moment that gap between 1st and 2nd is looking pretty secure. Move being made by Migdam. Lynn Migdam has moved up, I think, there on Sukapolova. Sukapolova will not relinquish that position easily. She's good at defending it, but it looks to me like it's gone the other way here, because Clojure has gone backwards here. I think the fire in the engine has gone out here, and she's all over the place. I think she's really got hit with a hammer here, and that energy has gone. She's put everything in, and the tanks run dry. It's allowed Lynn Migdam to go up over, and more importantly, Sukapolova has pushed into 2nd spot from being at the back at the start of this race. She's moved herself up into 2nd position here. So these are the positions at the line. It's going to be giving them 5th place overall. That is going to go to Borrelli. It's going to be a 6th place for Sukapolova. It will be a 7th place for Lynn Migdam and an 8th place for Colleen Clojure.
Margot Borrelli really pleased with that performance. Taking the scalp of the new world champion, Borrelli will be very happy. Lena Migdam absolutely shattered. When you think about this is akin to asking an 800-meter runner to do 4 or 5 800-meter events in the space of an hour. You've really got to comprehend the physical need of an ability of these riders to continue to deliver these 2-minute efforts time and time again with recovery in between. Well, next up it is the men's small final, and you can see the riders down in the start pen getting ready, resetting from the racing before and focusing on finishing here 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th up for grabs here today in round 3. In 1, it is Zagar, the Slovenian rider, Molnar in 2 from Romania, Hampio from France in 3 and Kraus from Germany in 4.
Molnar 4th place in the series overall, Kraus 7th place in the series overall. They're the riders who have the best chance of getting some big points to help them in their series standings. The rest looking to move up, Hampio particularly, currently 15th overall in the series, but my goodness, he could really do with the points of taking away the win in the minor final with those points for 5th place, but at the moment being led out by the German rider here today to go up and over the top. And at the moment, it is going to be absolutely critical for Kraus to hold that position and to keep calm when he comes under pressure, because it's bound to happen. Molnar will try and make the move, but Molnar has to hold off Zagar. Zagar makes the move on the inside. Zagar cleanly done. Nice as you like. No messing about. Thank you very much. You left the door open. I'm straight through it.
Well, she is indeed. And just noticing the French rider, Hampio, just sitting back and letting the action happen on lap 1. And these 3 riders right in contention, trying to close the gap down on this straight.
And Hampio at the moment, just distance, I think, too far back now to really push, may well be feeling the effects of those multiple races as we see Zagar now getting pushed back. Anything you can do, I can do better, says Molnar. Molnar moves up into 2nd place in this race. So that is effectively 6th place overall if they were to finish as they were. But is Zagar done and dusted? Oh no, is he going to try and repeat that self-same move? I would not put it past him. Here we go, up on to the stage where they're going to be playing and partying all night long at the moment. All 3 riders at the moment are looking to spoil each other's party. Zagar goes for it again, and this time he goes up from 3rd to 1st instead of 3rd into 2nd place. Rinse and repeat, do it all over again. This time though, Zagar's got to hold it. He's in the front, he's on the power, he gets the power down, he's got to go on, he's got to carry the speed, he's got to carry the pace as he goes over the top. Immediately behind him, Kraus is pushing, Kraus is trying to get there. Molnar sat down, he hasn't got the sprint, Kraus hasn't either. The win in the minor final, taking 5th place will be Zagar, taking 6th will be Kraus, taking 7th will be Molnar, and Hampio will come across the line 8th place overall after the small final is now concluded.
No, Matic Zagar, welcome to putting the performance in on the World Cup, his first World Cup this season, and he's going to go straight into that table with some great points today, picking up 5th place in that small final ahead of Kraus, Molnar and Hampio. Well, it's the major final for the women, and Lena Huber from Germany made that final. She is going to be in the mix with another German rider, Marion from Berger. 2 German riders here in Aalen in Germany. From Berger currently leading the World Cup standings at the moment. Adela Panitska here, new to the World Cup. First race out, first final. Didi de Vries. Oh, she is going to want to push. She is going to want to do well today. She's had a 4th and a 5th. Can she go better in Aalen today?
Fromberger leading the standings. De Vries, the next best rider here today in 4th place. They want those points. They want the win here today, but they're up against a new challenge in the shape of Adela Panitska. Panitska pushing on the left-hand side here, but it's the series leader, Marion Fromberger, on home turf here today. The German rider leading this out. Panitska sits 2nd wheel. And look at this, a really good start from Lena Huber, the second of our German riders, currently in 3rd position. Didi de Vries pushed into 4th place as they go over the top. this jump as the riders get more tired and they get those cumulative efforts in their legs, that control starting to go. We're just starting to see more and more riders just not carrying quite enough speed over that double. It means that Lena Huber and Didi de Vries being distanced here. Panitska, though, with work to do. What can she pull out here on her debut World Cup? This would be a phenomenal win, but she's got to get past the machine that is Marion Fromberger, one of the nicest people in XCE. I had the pleasure of meeting Marion Fromberger at a World Championship event, and my goodness me, what a nice person. But put her on the bike and you can just see she's powering down the straight. She wants to stay clear. Panitska's throwing everything but the kitchen sink into those pedals, and it's still not enough. Now can she close down as they go down underneath the bridge? 1 and 2 looking pretty clear at the front of this race in the first and second positions. Behind, de Vries and Huber are swapping places. It's a lot closer between them, and they want that step on the podium. De Vries has taken it from Huber at the moment as they come round onto the stage. This time around, they're going to drop down as they make the way down. Fromberger still leading. Has Panitska got anything? Second is a great result. First will be even better. Fromberger over the triple. She clears them. Panitska cases it. And look at this. Huber's coming up towards Panitska. It's not done and dusted. And de Vries at the moment being pushed back into fourth place. Fromberger looking relatively secure at this point in time. Panitska needs to push. But behind, they are coming. De Vries goes for the emergency line, takes that B line, wants to try a different option, but here on home turf in round number 3 of the Mountain Bike Eliminator World Cup, Marion Fromberger takes the home win from Adela Panitska in second place, with Lena Huber in third. 2 German riders on the podium. Didi de Vries will take away a fourth place, but look at the emotion. That is one happy rider. She's waited for this for a long time.
Well, she's had 2 second places, round 1 and round 2 of the World Cup this year. Round 3, her home round in Aalen, Germany. She tops the podium today. Marion Fromberger taking the win from Adela Panitska. Lena Huber coming through for third place today. She is going to be so pleased with that. She really battled with Didi de Vries all the way around that final today. What a race, and that is one happy winner.
Well, what a way to take a win. Go to the front, not be bothered by the pressure behind. Take the win. You can see the Marion Fromberger supporters club there, which is just a small section of the crowd that is packed into Aalen. Toasting Marion Fromberger, who took the win 2 minutes 10 seconds at 1.28 in the second ahead of Adela Panitska, and then it's Lena Huber in third place, Didi de Vries in fourth position. Fantastic racing in the women's race. The men's has got some living up to do here.
Well, Simon Gegenheimer from Germany is indeed in the men's final. He's going to have the home crowd behind him. He's up against Jeroen van Eck from the Netherlands, who took the World Championship title in 2024 in Aalen. Not on this course. We've had a change of course for 2025. Lorenzo Seris, the rider from France, the best of the French riders today, and boy have they been strong. They are all up against Jakub Klemenchek, who is currently leading the World Cup standings for 2025.
So the 15-second board goes across. They can start any time in the next 15 seconds. Nehuta hurled aloft. Here we go. And away they go out from the line. The series leader Klemenchek on the left there, being pushed to the side by Seris. This is going to be interesting. Van Eck up there. Oh, and he looks like he's banged his hand there. That is not good. He's just going to take a little bit of a look. He's not happy, but I'm not sure he hasn't snapped a chain, because that is one unhappy rider there. Seris out of contention here, and I think that's a mechanical. I think something's let go on the bike there in that battle. He's still carrying momentum, but he lost all speed, all pace there. It's leaving this as a race for the top 3 positions at the moment, but we have seen riders come back from 4th place in finals before. It's not unknown for 1 and 2 to come down the road in 3rd and 4th to be battling for the win further round. So you've got to get back on, you've got to get riding, but at the moment This is key. Van Eck leads them out at the moment, takes that right-hand turn. Man, another home rider here in the shape of Simon Gegenheimer in second position. He would love to make it 2 out of 2 for Germany, but the compression there has made its way in and through, and that compression really key here. Right turn, Van Eck goes up the inside, pushes Gegenheimer wide, leaves him just enough room to make it through. That's forced Gegenheimer back into the clutches of Klemenchik. Klemenchik wants this. He's at the back of these 3 riders. He's pushing on. He carried momentum over the top there. He was carrying that little bit more speed, had to check it so he didn't go straight into the back of Gegenheimer. So at the front, you've got Van Eck, the man with the red, white, and blue jersey there. He's got to come off the top, drop back down again. The Netherlands champion leading out at the moment. Then it's going to be Gegenheimer. Gegenheimer comes on the right-hand side, carries the speed. He's going to go over the top. It means he's going to land it and go through in position 1, taking the right-hand turn. This is going to be critical. It was Gegenheimer from Van Eck from Klemenchik at the line. At the moment, Van Eck makes the move. He dives on the inside, and Van Eck has taken it back here. So anything you can do, we can do it back. Is it going to be Van Eck? He's going to carry the momentum off. Gegenheimer's in the slipstream. He comes out to the right side, but look at the speed from Klemenchik. Klemenchik comes around the side. Klemenchik is going to take it the series lead and takes the win here at round number 3. It is Jakob Klemenchik who takes it from Simon Gegenheimer in second, with Jerome Van Eck on the very last straight, going from first to third. That means he will be on the podium, but no win for Van Eck today.
What a finish. It was Gegenheimer, it was Van Eck, it was Van Eck, it was Gegenheimer, and then it was Klemenchik. 3 riders wide across the road, sprinting off that final feature, and it was Jakob Klemenchik, the current leader of the World Cup for 2025, who took the win today.
Well, what a move by him. From the start, you could see Klemenchik really wanted it. He sprinted down. Ceres, though, had an issue. He went over that jump, and yet looks like the chain came off. I think it came off the chain ring there. Yeah, he looks down. You can see the frustration as he bangs on the bars. Really just that bump, that tangle, the chain comes off. You've got to keep that bike in one piece. Just an unlucky moment for Ceres. He will take 4th place, but no doubting our race winner. What a ride by Klemenchik. That final sprint is on fire. Gegenheimer coming back into form. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Great to see him back to his best. And Jerome Van Eck, well, he's seen it and all before. He will be back. He knows what it's like to pick himself back up and take a World Championship win after some time.
Oh, and it was just amazing racing. So just to confirm, Jakob Klemenchik in 2 minutes, 2 seconds. 0.22 to be precise. Simon Gegenheimer from Germany, the local rider, taking 2nd place today, just 0.12 of a second back. And Jerome Van Eck from the Netherlands at 0.64 back in 3rd. Lorenzo Ceres with the mechanical not finishing today. Well, one of the things I love here with the XCE is it really is a family, and we've seen the world champion not go past those quarterfinals, but he's been down at the start watching the racing, and the other riders celebrating with each other, and congratulations all around.
You work so hard when you're racing. It's very, very important that that you can celebrate your wins together. You might be battling it out on the course. You might be a hooligan against the rest of the riders, and it is close contact sport. But my goodness, when they come off, it's time to celebrate and have some fun.
Well, let's listen to Marion Fromberger.
Win at home. How do you feel? It's amazing.
So first of all, I have to say thank you to everyone who made this so big. Yeah, it's something really special for me to win in front of my home crowd. I can't believe it. It's really amazing.
Talk us a little bit to your winning round.
I tried to make it from the front, and yeah, I did it. And I can't believe that it worked that well out. So I'm really happy that I could take it to the finish line and made my first home win here in front of this amazing crowd.
Congrats. Enjoy the celebration tonight.
She did indeed lead from the front. Marion Fromberger winning the race at home, her home race here in Germany, and the crowd and supporters out there right the way around the course. So it was indeed Marion Fromberger in 1. Adela Panitska in 2 as the riders join Fromberger on stage for the flower ceremony. Lena Huber in 3. There we go. Look at that. All getting into place on the stage. Congratulations from Panitska to Fromberger, Huber as well. So to confirm, Marion Fromberger takes the win and she will extend her World Cup standings with that win today. Adela Panitska taking second place, Lena Huber from Germany taking third.
Fantastic racing. Panitska new on the scene, really pushing. Huber pushed them all the way as well. Fromberger, a home win, something she's wanted for a long time, and extending that lead. It's going to be great when we go to our next round.
It is, absolutely, and Fromberger will be so pleased. She didn't make that major final in the World Championship. She took 5th place overall, but as we can see, she doesn't. Look at how she extends that lead in those World Cup standings. So preliminary results and additions to the World Cup standings after 3 rounds. Let's just remember we have 8 rounds for the World Cup this year. After 3 rounds, Marion Fromberg at 300 points. The Didi de Vries is 176. Sukapaleva moving up into 3rd with 155. Madison Boissier into 4th. Guy Tormena drops down. She's had an injury and has had to sit out this round. Let's hear from Klemenchek.
What an amazing final to beat like Sharon and Simon, who won both like the World Champs last year.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I didn't believe that I can beat Van Eyck and Gegenheimer because both were really strong in the finals, but I don't know. In the finish straight, I just had some extra power and beat them, and yeah, it's very crazy.
Congrats. So amazing round. Will we see you more like, will we see you next year in Aalen again?
Yeah, of course. Like the course here in Aalen and also the fans, and there is really a spectacular show, and it's like the best race in the City Mountain Bike World Cups.
Enjoy your win.
Thank you.
Well, that extra power, he found it, leaving it till the last few metres to come round Van Eyck and Gegenheimer and take the win today. Like Fromberger, Klemenchek will extend his lead now at the top of that World Cup standings after round 3 here in Aalen. Well, the crowd down watching the flower ceremony. Jerome Van Eyck taking 3rd place today. Simon Gegenheimer taking 2nd. And Jakub Klemenchek on top spot. Looks a bit like Gegenheimer is caught up with his fans.
I think he was outside. In fact, here he is. He's made his way to the stage. They're just going to do a little bit of a shuffle around there. Great to see another home rider on the podium with Gegenheimer. Klemenchek, though, series leaders going well here in Aalen. Round number 3, there's clearly a trend going there.
Well, there is indeed, and Klemenchek was 1st in round 1, 3rd in round 2, back on the top step in round 3. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what the next few rounds have in store and whether Fromberger and Klemenchek can cement their leadership in those World Cup standings even further. There we go, the preliminary standings after round 3. Jakub Klemenchek in 1, 269 points. Edvard Lind staying in 2nd place, but the gap back to 3rd now a lot closer. Van Eyck closes that gap down. Simon Gegenheimer comes up from 4th into 5th. Molnar going down from 4th to 5th. But those points standings are close from 2nd to 5th. It's going to be really interesting to see how the next few rounds play out. We're heading to Turkey, back to Sakarya, where we had those World Championships earlier on, but for round 4 of the World Cup.
And that will be our halfway point as we move through the 8 series. Don't forget you can follow at UCI_MTB. Make sure if you're going on social media, hit hashtag XCE World Cup. And of course, you can catch up with all those results at www.uci.org.
You can do indeed. And we will, of course, be back with the action. But let's just take a little bit of a review of today. Well, Aalen never disappoints. Thank you for joining me, Emma Martin, and my co-host, Matt Payne. It's been absolutely great racing today, and congratulations to Mariam Fromberger and Jakub Klemenchek on cementing their leadership. We will see you in Sakarya, Turkey on August the 10th for round 4. Until then, stay safe, enjoy your riding. Goodbye.